Imagine a land that stretches across and touching 3 different oceans and spanning 6 time zones. Canada is not just a country, it is a geographic masterpiece, the second largest nation on Earth next to Russia and a titan of natural beauty. From the jagged, snow-capped peaks of the Rocky Mountains to the historic cobblestone charm of Old Quebec, this is a place where 15,000 years of Indigenous heritage meets a modern, high-tech future. In 2026, Canada is a global sanctuary, holding 20% of the world's surface freshwater and some of the largest energy reserves on the planet. Whether you are chasing the neon lights of Toronto or the dancing spirits of the Northern Lights in the Yukon, Canada offers a scale of opportunity and splendor that is truly unmatched. Welcome to the tour, Canada, the Great Mosaic of the North. The edge of the Arctic. We open with a cinematic, high-altitude sweep over the Rocky Mountains, where jagged, snow-capped peaks give way to the impossible turquoise glow of Lake Louise. Canada is a land of superlatives, a geographic titan spanning 9.98 million square kilometers, making it the second largest country on Earth next to Russia. It is defined by its relationship with water, stretching across 6 time zones and touching 3 oceans, the Atlantic to the east, the Pacific to the west, and the frozen, mysterious Arctic to the north. From the rugged red sand cliffs of Prince Edward Island to the ancient towering rainforests of British Columbia, the sheer variety of the landscape is staggering. It is a place where you can stand in the middle of a cosmopolitan city like Vancouver and be less than 30 minutes away from a wilderness so vast it feels like the edge of the world. The story of this land did not begin with maps or borders, but with the First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples who have been the stewards of this territory for over 15,000 years. Their deep connection to the earth is the foundation of the Canadian identity. The colony story arrived much later, beginning in 1534 when French explorer Jacques Cartier first navigated the St. Lawrence River, followed by centuries of British settlement and colonial rivalry. This tension eventually forged a unique path to nationhood, culminating in the Confederation of 1867. Unlike many nations born of revolution, Canada was born of negotiation, a great mosaic designed to bring different cultures together under one northern sky. Today, places like Old Quebec, with its 400-year-old stone walls, and the Rideau Canal in Ottawa stand as living monuments to this complex, enduring history. As of 2026, Canada has entered a new chapter, with its population officially surpassing 41.4 million people, driven by a modern wave of global migration. Beneath its scenic beauty lies a powerhouse of natural wealth. Canada is a sanctuary of resources, holding a staggering 20% of the world's surface freshwater and the planet's 3rd largest oil reserves. But the true wealth of the country in the mid-2020s is its commitment to preservation. Massive stretches of the boreal forest, the green crown of the planet, remain untouched, acting as a global lung. Whether you are exploring the prehistoric fossils of the Badlands or watching the Northern Lights dance over the Yukon, Canada proves that it is not just a country, but a vast, breathing continent of opportunity and natural wonder.
Canada is the northern engine. Let's see the GDP and economic backbone. To understand the sheer weight of Canada on the world stage, you have to look at its position within the G7, the elite group of the world's most advanced economies. As of 2026, Canada's GDP has climbed to approximately 2.2 trillion USD, a testament to its resilience in a post-industrial world. With a GDP per capita sitting at a healthy 60,300 USD, the average Canadian enjoys a standard of living that is among the highest on the planet. But this wealth isn't just a result of modern trade. It is rooted in a massive, diversified economic engine that manages to be both a traditional resource giant and a futuristic tech pioneer. While the world often views Canada as a quiet neighbor to the south, its economic output per person actually rivals or exceeds several of its European counterparts, making it a polite powerhouse in the global financial system. The true secret to Canada's stability is its unique dual-engine economy. The first engine is the nation's unparalleled wealth in natural resources. Canada is the world's warehouse, home to the third largest oil reserves on Earth, primarily found in the oil sands of Alberta, and a mining sector that is essential for the global transition to green energy. From the vast potash mines of Saskatchewan, vital for global food security, to the timber of British Columbia that builds cities across the continent, Canada harvests the raw materials the world cannot live without. However, this isn't just a story of digging and hauling. In 2026, Canada's resource sector is among the most technologically advanced in the world, utilizing AI-driven exploration and carbon capture technology to ensure that the extraction of yesterday's wealth funds the sustainability of tomorrow. The second engine, and perhaps the more surprising one, is Canada's explosion into a world-class tech and service hub. Canada is no longer just following the lead of Silicon Valley, it is leading the world in artificial intelligence research, with hubs in Toronto, Montreal, and Edmonton becoming global magnets for the brightest minds in deep learning. This weightless economy is further bolstered by a massive clean tech manufacturing sector, where Canada is carving out a niche in electric vehicle battery production and hydrogen fuel cells. By 2026, this shift has transformed the Canadian identity from a nation of hewers of wood and drawers of water into a sophisticated knowledge economy. Whether it is the banking towers of Toronto or the quantum computing labs of Waterloo, Canada's secondary engine is firing on all cylinders, ensuring that the nation remains at the absolute cutting edge of the 21st century.
The three best cities of the North. We start with Ottawa, go through Toronto and Vancouver. First, we arrive in Ottawa, the political soul of the nation. Founded in 1826 as Bytown, this city of 1.1 million has evolved far beyond its origins as a rough-and-tumble lumber town. Today, its skyline is defined by the Gothic spires of Parliament Hill, but its heartbeat is purely digital. Ottawa has earned its reputation as Silicon Valley North, serving as a massive hub for SaaS and cybersecurity. In 2026, it is the birthplace of the e-commerce giant Shopify and remains a strategic base for global titans like Nokia and Ross Video. It is a city that perfectly balances the stability of government with the high-stakes innovation of the tech sector, making it one of the most educated and economically resilient cities in the country. From the quiet halls of power, we move to the concrete jungle of Toronto, the undisputed titan of the North. Founded in 1793, Toronto has grown into the fourth largest city in North America, with a massive 3.0 million people in the city core and over 6.4 million in the Greater Toronto Area, GTA. This is Canada's economic engine room, a global finance hub that rivals New York and London. As you walk through the shadows of the CN Tower, you are in a city that is a magnet for the world's most ambitious minds. Toronto is home to Google's major engineering hub, the fintech pioneer Wealthsimple, and the semiconductor giant AMD. It is a true global mosaic where over 50% of the population was born outside of Canada, proving that its greatest resource is the diversity of its people. Finally, we head west to Vancouver, the stunning gateway to the Pacific. Founded in 1886, Vancouver is home to 675,000 people, but its influence stretches across a metro area of 2.6 million. Known globally as Hollywood North, it is one of the largest film production centers in the world, but in 2026, it is also a dominant force in clean tech and gaming. Nestled between the mountains and the ocean, Vancouver hosts massive offices for Microsoft and Hootsuite, along with the headquarters of Electronic Arts, EA. It is a city that defines the West Coast lifestyle,
where you can work at a multi-billion-dollar tech firm in the morning and be skiing or kayaking by the afternoon. Vancouver is where Canada looks toward Asia, serving as the bridge for trade, talent, and culture across the Pacific. The career and the ledger. Let's look over best jobs, salaries, and living costs in 2026. In 2026, the Canadian job market has evolved into a high-skill arena where specialized talent is the ultimate currency. At the top of the pyramid are cybersecurity analysts, commanding upwards of $50 per hour as they defend Canada's massive financial and energy infrastructure. Civil engineers follow closely, earning roughly $49 per hour to lead the nation's ambitious green building and transit expansions. However, the most fascinating shifts are in the knowledge sectors. Bioinformaticians and health researchers are in desperate demand as Toronto and Montreal become global hubs for personalized medicine, while software developers, specifically those specialized in AI and large language models, are seeing a massive surge in vacancies. Even in the public sector, secondary school teachers remain a critical high-demand career path, ensuring that Canada's growing population is prepared for a digital future. When we look at the monthly ledger, the Canadian math reveals a world of high earning potential balanced by significant urban costs. For a skilled professional in 2026, the average gross monthly salary typically ranges between $5,200 and $6,500, €4,800 to €6,000. While this provides a comfortable baseline, the cost of living, particularly in the Big Two of Toronto and Vancouver, is a serious consideration. A city center one-bedroom apartment in these hubs now averages between $1,800 and $2,500 per month. Beyond housing, a single person can expect to spend about $1,050 on high-quality groceries and utilities. However, the social safety net remains a major hidden benefit, as your taxes fund a healthcare system that ensures a medical emergency won't break your bank, providing a level of security rarely found in other high-salary nations. Navigating these sprawling northern cities is a story of transition. While Canada is a car-loving nation, 2026 has seen a massive push toward transit-first living. A monthly transit pass for systems like Toronto's TTC or Vancouver's TransLink costs between $90 and $130, offering a cost-effective way to bypass some of the most expensive parking and gasoline prices in North America. For many young professionals, the ledger strategy is to live in transit-oriented developments just outside the city core, where rent might drop significantly while still being only a 30-minute train ride from the high-tech towers of the downtown. This balance of a premium salary against the rising cost of city living is the reality of the Canadian climb. It's a challenge, but for those with the right skills, the rewards are among the highest in the world. The Green Heart. Let's walk over rural Canada. We see agriculture, wildlife, and the wild frontier. To understand the scale of Canada, you have to leave the cities and head into the prairies of Saskatchewan and Alberta, the undisputed breadbasket of the world. Here, the horizon is so vast, it seems to curve, dominated by millions of acres of golden wheat and vibrant yellow canola, which remains Canada's most profitable oilseed export. In 2026, rural life is no longer a world away from the digital age, it is a high-tech frontier. Farmers here manage smart farms, where AI-driven combines and autonomous tractors navigate fields with centimeter precision. While the world depends on their wheat and pulse crops, like lentils and peas, for food security, the lifestyle remains rooted in the quiet communal spirit of the plains, where the neighbors might be kilometers away, but the sense of Heimat, or home, is stronger than anywhere else. Beyond the farm fences, Canada transforms into a kingdom for the wild. It is a place where nature still has the final say, with nearly 90% of the land remaining sparsely inhabited. This vast, untouched boreal forest and Arctic tundra provide a sanctuary for some of the world's most iconic predators. In the mountains of the west, the grizzly bear rules the alpine valleys, while the moose, a towering symbol of the Canadian North, navigates the swampy interior forests. But the true crown jewel of the wild frontier is Churchill, Manitoba. Known as the polar bear capital of the world, it is one of the few places on Earth where humans and polar bears exist in a delicate, respectful proximity. In 2026, as sea ice patterns shift, Churchill has become the front line for global conservation, where the lords of the Arctic remind us of the fragility of our planet. The true magic of rural Canada lies in its silence. With over 1.3 million square kilometers of land officially conserved, Canada is one of the few places on Earth where the wild frontier is growing, not shrinking. This is a land of 3 oceans and 1,000 lakes, where the common loon's haunting call echoes over pristine waters, and the red fox and Eurasian lynx hunt in forests that have never known an axe. For those living in the countryside, life isn't about conquering nature, it's about participating in its rhythm. Whether it's the massive migration of caribou across the northern tundra or the steady seasonal work of a family farm, the green heart of Canada is where the nation finds its balance, offering a sanctuary for both the modern pioneer and the ancient wild.
The Canadian soul: sports, lifestyle, and citizenship. In Canada, sport is the pulse of the community, and while ice hockey remains the undisputed national religion, the air in 2026 is electric with a new kind of fever. For generations, Saturday nights have been defined by the sound of skates on ice, but as Canada prepares to co-host the FIFA World Cup, soccer has exploded into the mainstream. This shift reflects a younger, more globalized population that sees the beautiful game as a bridge between their heritage and their Canadian future. Whether it's a packed arena in Montreal for a Canadiens game or a sea of red jerseys in a Toronto fan zone, the Canadian sporting spirit is built on polite passion, a fierce competitiveness on the field, balanced by a legendary level of sportsmanship and respect once the whistle blows. The social fabric of the country is famously defined not as a melting pot, but as a multicultural mosaic. This philosophy encourages every citizen to maintain their cultural roots while contributing to the whole, creating a lifestyle that is a sensory feast of global influences. You can taste this mosaic on every street corner, from the indulgent, squeaky cheese curds of a traditional poutine in the heart of Quebec to the spicy fusion comfort of a butter chicken roti in Toronto's bustling suburbs. This inclusivity extends to the Canadian manner, a lifestyle rooted in community safety, public politeness, and a quiet pride in being one of the most stable and welcoming societies on Earth. It is a place where you are encouraged to be yourself, making it a rare sanctuary in an increasingly divided world. The final piece of the Canadian soul is its open-door policy, which remains the most progressive in the G7. Canada doesn't just invite talent, it invites people to belong. As of 2026, the path to citizenship is remarkably fast and fair. Permanent residents are eligible to apply for citizenship after residing in the country for just 3 out of 5 years. The process has been fully digitized and streamlined, focusing on high-value skills, education, and language proficiency. Unlike many nations that create barriers to entry, Canada's system is designed to turn newcomers into citizens quickly, granting them the power of one of the most respected passports on Earth. It is this promise of a forever home that makes Canada the ultimate destination for the world's ambitious and the brave. The final verdict: Canada in 2026 is a nation defined by polite power. It has successfully navigated the turbulent waters of the mid-2020s by doubling down on its greatest strengths, its geography, and its people. As we've seen, it remains an economic heavyweight with a GDP of $2.2 trillion USD, yet it refuses to sacrifice its green crown for industrial gain, recently hitting a milestone of 17.5% marine conservation on its path to protecting 30% of its territory by 2030. It is a place where you can find the highest tier career in a glass tower in Toronto, and within the same day, lose yourself in a wilderness so silent it feels like another planet. This is the Canadian paradox, a country that is vast enough to hold the world's resources, yet small enough to treat every newcomer like a neighbor. The Northern Dream has matured into a sophisticated sanctuary of stability. While other nations face fragmentation, Canada has leaned into its multicultural mosaic, proving that diversity is not just a social ideal, but an economic engine. With the 2026 Immigration Levels Plan stabilizing the population at 41.4 million and prioritizing top-tier talent in healthcare and tech, the country is carefully sculpting its future. It is a nation that values the quiet life of the rural prairies just as much as the high-speed life of its tech hubs. Ultimately, the verdict is clear. Canada offers a rare, high-trust environment where the air is clean, the healthcare is a right, and the path to belonging is the clearest in the world. Canada doesn't just offer a job or a landscape, it offers a sanctuary. It's a place where you can be exactly who you are while becoming part of something much bigger. From the neon lights of Toronto to the ancient frozen silence of the Yukon, this has been The Tour. If you're ready to brave the cold for a world of warm opportunity, hit that subscribe button and join our global community. Where should we go next? Should we explore the tropics or stay in the north? Tell us in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring.